So this defense has holes all over the place, and the argument can be made for a trade that, you know, you want to say a single player can't come in and help this defense. Well, the Cowboys were number 1 in EPA during Micah's tenure here. They're 32 without Micah. Now, there was some other turnover. Obviously, you lost this offseason Jordan Lewis, who was a big voice in that locker room. Really good player in the secondary. You lost Tank Lawrence, who was, again, a big voice in the locker room. A good run stuffer off the edge. And so you lost those guys. You pair that with the Micah Parsons loss. And so you can say it wasn't just one player in Micah that kept them afloat all those years. It was a combination of guys. But you can't argue the fact that Micah was the head of the playmakers on that defense. And so trading for Max Crosby, if that's even possible to do, because reports are saying that the Raiders aren't interested. Same thing with Hendrickson from the Bengals. Does one player change the makeup of this defense? Can one guy help them get third down stops? Can one guy do enough for this defense to help turn this thing around? And I don't think so. I don't think that's possible. I think this defense is just too far gone. It's a is what it is situation at this point. That said, the argument can be made that you bring in a guy, let's just say Max Crosby, because it's the big name. I know it's not probably realistic from what the reports are saying. But that's a guy who is signed through, I think the year is 2030, I want to say. And so you would have him here for a long time. All right. And you can do stuff with this contract. I put another video out about it. You can funny money this thing where guy like that, you can still retain George Pickens, keep this offense humming. At least that's a guy who's proven. You're not going to count on 2 first-round picks in 2026 to come in and make impacts right away. And to have a guy who's proven versus having to rely on rookies and free agency to rebuild this defense in 2026 might not be as realistic as saying we have a guy. Might not help as much in 2025, but in 2026, that's a proven guy who can get in here, have a full training camp under his belt, work with the DC, help turn this defense around and take it from the 32nd ranked defense to maybe 24th, 25th.